the story, I like to rap about a young hard nigga out the city and that. Show could hustle, yeah, his hustle was good, but he always had dreams of getting out of the hood. With everything to gain and nothing to lose, he jumped in the rap game, started paying the dues. Could've been a waste of time, but he took in the stride. Look at me now, I'm the baddest motherfucker alive. They couldn't fuck with me then, they can't fuck with me now. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest motherfucker around. Nigga wanna live my life, tell them nigga come take it, but you know it's suicide and I don't think he gon' make it. I can take it back in time like 1999. I committing petty crime, just hustle nicks and dimes. That's when I wrote my first rhyme, fell in love with this shit. I always had it on my man when I was hustling shit. I'm bad, came up from a trap spot, hotter than a matchbox. This one for the head knots. Motherfucker, I'm bad. Now watch me act up, I done got my sack up, young nigga racked up. I'm bad, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm bad, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm bad. Look in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, yeah. That be tragic, you shitting on the game, yeah. On my nose bleed, I'm in the nosebleeds. I remember I had no cheese, so I stacked some paper, put a studio in the spot. Made my first tape, sold it $5 a watt. Didn't have much, so this shit meant a lot. Young nigga flood the streets, had the city on lock. From the east to the west, from the north to the south. Made a name for myself, now I got all the clout. Put some trophies in my mouth, like I just wanna bounce. Pull up in them foreign autos, like we just hit the lotto. I'm Michael Jackson bag, moonwalking on the game. I just want the treasure, give a fuck about the fame. From a crumb to a loaf, pinto to a boat. From rag to riches, project hoes to bad bitches. I'm bad, came up from a trap spot, hotter than a matchbox. This one for the head knots. Motherfucker, I'm bad. Now watch me act up, I done got my sack up, young nigga racked up. I'm bad, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm bad, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. I'm bad.
Had to run downstairs real quick, get my paper. Anyway, that was Tragic with The Biggest, the Baddest. And normally I start the show off with like a song that I had a part in or someone that I know or work with and want to promote. But with that one, he recently released it, and I was just like, man, I love this song too much, and it's too dang good not to just start this show off with that song. I believe that was produced by Dylan Prevails. It's Tragic. He's from Naptown, Indianapolis. I love that song. I love everything about that song. I don't have anything I would change about it. I love his delivery. I don't even want to review it. I'm not trying to review it. I'm not trying to go there. Mike is mono left. Likely here. Let me see if I can change that for you real quick. Like. Ooh, nope. I'm not going to be able to change that. Unless you guys want to hold on a second. I can change the mono-ness of the mic if you want to, if you want me to go away and come back, but I really don't want to do that. I don't think I have any option to help you with that. Let me see. Nope, I don't. Do you want me to leave and come back to fix the mono thing or not? I can fix it, but I'll drop off, like, for a minute. Oh, wait, here we go. Hold on. Boom. Did that work? Tell me if that worked. I had a mix down the mono. Anyway. That was Tragic, The Biggest, the Baddest. Really, really love that song. Just wanted to showcase it because I think it's mixed well. I think it's produced well. I like the track overall. Anyway, bam. It's your boy, Ash Matthews, Smart Boy Studios, coming at you with another Music Review Monday. As you can see, I'm at the home studio, not at Razdabar. That's just because this is probably going to be a shorter episode. I got a few things to do. I got to go to the grocery store. I didn't have the time for the hour and a half commute, setup, and tear down that I normally do. So we're probably going to be a little bit short today, but that's okay because you guys got stuff to do too. It's a Monday, right? First thing that I want to shout out is this Friday, my boy, DeCasso, Panda Gang Casso, has a song coming out. It's the Move remix, his song Move that everyone loves. We remixed it. We got Christian Taylor from Indianapolis on it, and we got OG Macko on it. The boy OG Macko. You guessed it. You was right. He's on there. So that comes out on Friday. Be on the lookout for that. You'll see me posting all about it. Another thing, Smart Boy Studios, which is me, DeCasso, and Zachary Leone. We're going to Salt Lake City, Utah. We're having a show there on the 22nd. Also, this Thursday, I need to get confirmation, but as far as I know, DeCasso and I will be on 106.9, the Hip Hop Wake Up Show at Wright State's campus with Gigi De Niro. So if you're in the area, check us out on there. But like I said, I still got to confirm. I haven't heard from her in a couple weeks, so hopefully that gets locked in. Anyways, let's move on to some freaking music reviews, because that's what you came here for, right? You came here to hear some music and hear what I think about it. Maybe find someone you want to work with. Maybe find a new artist that you want to listen to. Blah, 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 whatever. First up is this song right here called Winning. Let's check it out, give it a listen, and see what we think.
Told y'all we winning. Keep telling y'all we winning. 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 Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, money talks. They believe in the team before we made it. Money ball. You don't like what I'm saying on this verse, then cut me off. Money, you got none at all. But me, I'm a fucking ball, like fuck you all. I've been gone too long. I've been making songs for my dogs. Later hit the mall. They know we gon' ball. Winning is the goal. I'm trying to get money till I'm spinning round the globe. All my shirts, Nike niggas winning, you can tell by what they wearing. All Nike on, nigga, man, it's all about appearance. I represent the struggle, man, I came from the bottom, but I overcame shit and omitted all the drama. I'm chasing this money, man, it's all about the commas. Rap niggas garbage, man, I'm just being honest. I'm staying on track like my first name was Thomas. Money on my mind, man, it's all about the profits. I'm trying to stay ahead, cause I got a lot of options. And stay away from all the gossip. Everybody know me, they call me David Winner. Booking all these shows, man, it drizzling my agenda. Fucking so good that when I'm gonna miss her. And every time I stroke her, she be wetter than the river. Winner. Okay, I'm ballin' like a bitch, and I stepped up in the club, look like college in this bitch. And I need a new coupe with no mileage on that bitch. And I'm fresh up out the mall, yeah, I'm styling in this bitch. I said I'm winning, nigga, Charlie Sheen. About to get crunk in this motherfucker, call the team. Weed and liquor, all I need. Winning, nigga, Charlie Sheen.
So, first thing, I love the energy of not only the beat, but of his delivery. His performance was super tight in terms of he's bringing energy to it. He had my attention from the get-go. Like, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm rocking with you. He had like a bit of personality in his delivery, which also made it a bit better for me. And I like that on the hook. It was like a similar delivery. It was a similar energy. They added some layers. They did some panning, but they didn't go too crazy with it. Like, they thickened it up. They made it a nice solid hook, but they didn't do anything too crazy with it. Also, I didn't hear a lot of like ad-libs or doubles or anything like that. It was pretty straightforward. I'm on the fence on whether or not I think that was harmful or helpful, but I do think that overall it was very nice and well put together. The lack of effects, like there wasn't much with reverb, there wasn't any crazy delays going on. It was pretty straightforward, and I feel like that kept it clear and smooth and simple without muddying it up. So I think I'm going to chop that up to being a positive, rather a pro rather than a con. Although in most cases I would probably say it was a con, but in here it seemed to work well. And like I said, I like the energy a lot, and the mix was mostly solid. I guess I'll talk about... I would throw my pen way too far away. The mixing things that I think... It was a pretty solid mix, especially vocally, but I felt like the snare was a little bit hot, and it could have used a little bit more low and a little bit more bass rumble. Even I have a sub, and I was still like wanting a little bit more out of it. And with that said, it was still lacking a little bit of body down there in the 200 to 400 range. It felt a little bit empty down there, but everything above that was clear. It was clean. Everything felt in its right spot. I do remember Levi felt that the high frequency stabs are a bit much throughout there. One second, me not having this pen has bothered me. Told you I threw it way too far away. The high frequency synth stabs were like nice, but they do get overbearing eventually. And that can kind of lead into what I wanted to talk about, which was that there wasn't much change throughout. It was like the beat was pretty much the same thing throughout. His delivery was pretty much the same thing throughout. And although it was a good delivery and I liked the hook and the beat was energetic and kept the momentum and it was nice and you could jam along to it, there wasn't anything that went away and created tension and then came back. There wasn't any like boom, like there wasn't a moment in the song that made you go, oh shit. You were just like rocking with it throughout. So like, I don't mean to take away from the song because I did rock with it throughout, although By the time it got to the third verse was definitely the weakest of the three. It almost felt like the first was best, second was okay, and the third was worse. Not that it was bad or terrible, it just wasn't as strong as the first ones. And because there was no change, there was no bridge or change up or breakdown, you probably could have taken the third verse out and just ended it with 2 choruses at the end and called it. Because even when it ended, there was still like 20 to 30 seconds of just the beat until it ended. So, like, if you're not going to change up the beat, if you're not going to change up your delivery a lot, if you're not going to keep it that fresh, it can still be good without having to change it up, but don't make it drag on so long that I feel like I've listened to the same verse and hook 3 times. Otherwise, though, it's a pretty solid track. I dig it. I dig it. Let's go on to the next one. I gotta type this whole thing out, guys. Hold on. Maybe I'll play it. Well, I'll play it and then I'll type it out. That way I don't take up more of your time. How about that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's the High Class Players Club. The High Class Players Club. Stuck in my ways, lost in the haze, finding new ways to get paid. Every day, making more plays, stashing blue hunters away. I cannot lay up all day. Baby girl, why you all up in my face? She nut 3 times, then I hit the peace sign. You cannot crowd on my space. I'm a busy man, check the calendar. Every day a new check on my schedule. I can fit you in if you ain't playing games. Don't waste my time being regular. New money on my brain, I can stay the same. Riding dirty, trying not to go federal. But I never change in my real ones. Lost so many, we say be careful, bro. I can see the signs, read between the lines. Don't draw a blank when I draw inside. Don't cross the line, so when I paint the picture, it's too clear for the colorblind. We not the same, I'm another kind. We a rare breed from the other side. The east side, where my brothers died. But the east side, where I love to ride.
I'm good for sure, no complaints. Life is playing games. Relax and maybe take flight. Nothing is the same. I'm good for sure, no complaints. Life is playing games. Relax and maybe take flight. Nothing is the same.
I've seen better days. I'm still alive, my daughter good, I guess I can't complain. Call up the plug, split down the wood, he should be pulling up soon. A blunt of kush is all that I need to take this headache away. Under some stress, won't let that break me. Lately, shit's been crazy. Gotta get my shit right, I ain't tryna level up, I ain't sick of this level, I limit myself. Can't be complacent, especially when I'm behind on payments. Going through changes, ain't talking about money or growing, no point of us hanging out. Niggas say that I'm selfish now, cause I cut back on looking out. The advice I be giving out, I just keep to myself now. Gotta practice what I preach, hit me if you need a fix. Lyrical fiends, the brand come and cop it out. Be good to your pockets, still have enough to get high as a rocket. You dig?
I'm good for sure, no complaints. Life is playing games. Relax and maybe take flight. Nothing is the same. I'm good for sure, no complaints. Life is playing games. Relax and maybe take flight. Nothing is the same.
Look, I'm really laid back. Ain't nothing you can say gon' change that. Cause my growth set a phase where I fade back. And all those times that they was hating get played back. I just saw you didn't know me way back. Cause if you did, you would know where my pain's at. So stay back, my payback is making sure I put my heart in every bar, man, I slay track. I feel the weight attached, I've been chained up. Those locked up thoughts can be dangerous. Yeah, I dropped the ball and had to stop the fall so I could conquer all of this anguish. Ain't that something? Now I'm thinking straight, I wasn't really at a stage I just in my approach. See the pros in a world full of con artists. So devoted, moving silence, I am not talking. Listen to the mic, yeah, that only feels right. Keep on going, keep my focus on a motor light, getting nearer, steering closer where I'm supposed to shine bright. Cause in hindsight, had my eyes wide, I cannot lie. I wasn't really seeing it. Truth is, I realized I really needed that. Now I can breathe, relax, peace of mind, at least for time being. Life has meaning again, all my demons are dead.
I'm good for sure, no complaints. Life is playing games. Relax and maybe take flight. Nothing is the same. I'm good for sure, no complaints. Life is playing games. Relax and maybe take flight. Nothing is the same.
Shout out to L Dirty AC, Dead Silence King. I never say his name right. I'm just gonna call him King from now on. From now on, I'm just calling him King. And Oddity. First thing I want to say is that the verses and the delivery on this were stellar. I love the verses. I love the delivery from everybody. The hook, really really like the hook. I do think that it can be better, but the hook is still the cool thing about the hook is that the hook follows the same melody as that horn in the back, and it's just da, 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 da. I love how the hook was written, and I love the melody of it. I love matching that. I love how it feels with the song. I like that they layered it, but I do think it could be delivered maybe slightly better, maybe just a little bit, but that I may be saying that because I don't like the mix. Now, the first thing I have to mention, I can't believe I didn't start with this. The sample in this, as soon as it came on, I recognized the sample because it's the same sample used in the beat that DeCasso used for the very last track of his album Where I'm At, a track called Thank You. It was just like a thank you track. He had told a bunch of people that he would shout them out in the album, so that's the song that he did it on, and it was over a beat that had that sample. So as soon as I heard that sample, I was already like, I already love this sample, so I know I'm gonna at least like that in the song. Anyway. To me, I think it's a really dope track. I think all the artists really came and delivered. I like what they wrote. I like what they did. I like how they did it. But for me, it was just all in the mix. I'll start with the hook, which I believe was Dead Silence. And this is something I've noticed about a lot of Dead Silence's music, is that his vocals sound good. They just sound like there's too much low end. There's always just so much low end in it that it separates it from the beat. And then on here, when you're panning it like that, you're going to accentuate that, which really brings it out in front of the beat and has it real low. And whatever they pan to the left, he had a lower pitch delivery than on the right. So the left even stood out more than the right. So there was an imbalance in frequency between the left and the right, and an imbalance between volume between the beat and the vocals, which I mean is throughout the entire song, but in the hook it's especially because all you hear are just big vocals right here, and you just hear that horn slightly in the background in front of you. So I mean, there's a lot that you could say that they could do to make that hook mix better, between leaving the lower pitch hook that he did in the center and panning the higher ones left and right, using some bandpass filters and a low shelf to blend them down and sit in the beat better, and then adjusting levels. For everyone's for the verses, it's kind of a similar thing, but not entirely. For one, they were all kind of drowning out the beat. That's partially, I mean, they sounded pretty good in terms of like the amount of compression and how they were treated. I feel like they could use some more of a low shelf to kind of bring down some of the low end to make them a little smoother and not so boomy. They had plenty of body, but there was almost a bit much that also made the beat kind of drown out, which the beat had a bit of more high-end shimmer and not enough body and low end to really come through and thicken up the whole song. And I think that was it. I think balance between high end and low end, balance and volume with vocals. Levi was thinking that he thought that the vocals seemed separated from the music because they were dry. I don't think that they were too dry. I think that they were dry enough for this type of song, and what they were, their delivery, like, you don't want to muddy. They had a lot of rapid rap spitting. They were spitting bars, right? And you don't want to muddy that up with too much reverb or delay. So I feel like the dryness was fine. It was just a matter of EQ and leveling with the beat that would have made them not feel so separated. Yeah, I think that's about it for the track that I can think of. Yes. All right. Moving on. What do we got next? Got it. Like I said, I'm just going to, because it takes a minute, I'm just going to start playing them and then I'll type them out.
Extra music.
I got so much. This one. What's that? I got so much. Yes, and recoup. They hit that. I got so much to do. I gotta write and record. That pussy wet like a pool. She Moby Dickin' for more. I made a way for sure. Yeah, pull on the brakes. I don't play. She get taught. Gets on my whips. Get the bricks for the boy. Daily got hits in my zips. Only noise. Say you got flips, so I open these stores. One stop shop, yeah, for my people in the 7-3. Come on, money, my baby, my love for you true. And never lie to me, baby, just tell me the truth. Suicide, live or die, yeah, I'm top of the noose. Break my heart, a lonely star, it's the worst you could do. Too fucking faded to care about you. Sorry, I'm changing, I'm not who you knew. We shouldn't wait, girl, you know that we through. Don't pump the brakes, hit the gas and recoup. Hold me close, don't let me go. Like glue, my bitch, I'm stuck too. Now the devil on my shoulder just told my soul. Break her heart before she wrecks you. All these females playing victim. All these women wanna test you. A lonely stoner on a mission, skipping class, I never listen. Break her heart, I'm in detention. Now she running to the restroom. Boo-hoo. Only thing I count on is another stack. How to trust a soul when it's not attached. That's why I told Chris, bring enough to match. 448 for the hole, that's enough to last. The only time I feel alone is when we connect. I feel myself out on that road, picking up a check. Never really worried about a life that I couldn't get. All out of options, all I know is to get respect. I got so much to do, I got so much to do, I got so much. I got so much to do, I got so much. I got so much to do, I got so much to do, I got so much. I got so much to do, I got so much. I got so much. I got so much. With this one.
That was Zach Daly with Gas and Recoup. I actually just saw Zach perform and ran sound for him on Friday night at Therapy Cafe in Dayton, Ohio. Beat was dope. I like the beat a lot. It follows that trendy sound of right now. I like his at first. If you could see me at first, I was trying to decide if I liked his delivery or not. I think I ended up with I did. But I wanted it to advance and go somewhere, and it didn't. And Levi pointed out on here that he thought it was kind of cool that it doesn't do what you expect, though. And I don't know. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I like it when things resolve to where I expect them to. I like that tension to happen, and then when the part that seemed like a chorus was going to come in, I wanted it to explode and him go into a higher register and do some big drawn out melody, but he didn't. But with that said, it was still a decent track. I do want to say I really liked the mix. I mean, everything felt comfortable and clear. Nothing stood out to me as being, oh, this is too loud or this is wrong. Everything seemed pretty solid to me. The only thing mix-wise is that it felt very narrow. Everything felt very narrow. I put it in mono and really not much changed, which is kind of a good thing. You want your mix to sound as good in mono as it does in stereo, so that's nice, but at the same time, it didn't have a lot of width to it. But that doesn't really make or break the song, you know. It's just a little tiny thing. I do wish that he would have... His delivery was, he had some conviction in his delivery, but it didn't expand on itself and grow, which is what I wanted from it. And then also the only other thing, my only real actual gripe with this song is that his delivery and the mood of the beat didn't really match what he was saying. Like, there were times when I was listening to the mix and the beat and his delivery and in a macro and trying to find micro things, it sounded like he was like really saying some shit, right? But so then I thought about it. I'm like, all right, now let me listen to what he's saying. And as I was listening, I'm like, it sounds like he should be saying some like real deep or real personal or introspective things, but he really just wasn't. There was the one line about, I feel the loneliest when we connect, which I didn't quite get that line. But then it was like talking about smoking and this and that and a lot of things that weren't like, I'm like, this, I felt like this is your chance to like talk about something serious. Like, you're saying it with like a serious thing. You're saying like, I felt like there was supposed to be a story or there was supposed to be a message or some introspective thing that made me understand this artist more as a person, but there really wasn't anything like that, even though it sounded like that's what he was saying. I think that was my only thing that I didn't love about it. Other than that, it was an enjoyable song. It was a decent track. I would have liked a little bit more depth in content and a little bit more explosiveness and growth and delivery, but it was a solid delivery, solid mix, solid song. Let me see if you guys said anything real quick. Jay Luciano said he wasn't feeling the auto-tune on the ad-libs. I could take it or leave it. I guess it depends on what they would have sounded like without it, Maybe without it, it sounded real, not that great, You never know. So they did it, and they're like, yeah, that's so much better. DJ Russell is asking if Knucklehead is up in here. I'm surprised he's not. Levi thought that it had an Eminem vibe throughout. Maybe a chill Eminem. He didn't get too crazy or aggressive. Someone said Juice WRLD vibe, which is, I feel like a little bit more accurate. All right, let's move on.
I barely see you want some attention from you, girl. All these days you're gone, I spend alone. I think you should be worried. My little black book's been calling me. Guess it's time to put it on, it's time to flex. Been more than a month since we had sex. Bet you'll never guess what I'm gonna do next. Oh baby, I'ma go out with the fellas. I'm about to cheat on you. Thinking about you, I'ma do whatever. I'm about to cheat on you. Since you refuse to hear my plea, since you ain't giving me what I need, I'ma take my ring off so you will see. I'm about to cheat on you. Oh, warning shot. Really need you to appreciate what you have. Take me for granted, acting like my love is a past. My love is where you're at. Can't you understand that? You better take me seriously. Ain't gonna be too many more nights alone. You forcing me to go out and do me. Your misery loves my company. So it's time to put it on, it's time to flex. Heard your girl's flying into LAX. In my DM saying she want next. Oh baby, I'ma go out with the fellas. I'm about to cheat on you. Thinking about you, I'ma do whatever. I'm about to cheat on you. Since you refuse to hear my plea, since you ain't giving me what I need, I'ma take my ring off so you will see. I'm about to cheat on you. Now the right thing to do is leave you, but you gotta learn a lesson, baby. But I don't want to. My about you, I'ma do whatever. I'm about to cheat on you. Since you refuse to hear my plea, since you ain't giving me what I need, I'ma take my ring off so you will see. I'm about to cheat on you.
So first of all, that's got a great beat. That's got a great pop industry, solid production beat. I love the instrumental. I think it sounds great. It gets you going, man. As soon as the beat comes on, you start bopping along to that beat. So beat choice, A1. The vocal layers, also great. Layering up the vocals at the right times with the right pitches and harmonies and what he did and how they were treated. Great, wonderful. The content of the idea, the theme of I'm gonna cheat on you and everything like that. I love it. Not because I think it's a good idea, but because it's an interesting perspective to take on, and it's different than a traditional R&B type, love you, I'm gonna stay loyal type of song. So I thought that was cool. I like a lot of the melodies, especially in the first half. The vocal melodies that he does, they flow nice and they feel good. And what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, and then just the mix. The mix on it to me is almost perfect. I think the beat sounds great. I think all the effects, the treatment, everything sounds good. The only thing that I feel could be a little bit better is the EQ and the main vocals. I would like a low shelf around 300 or so. I don't know. I just feel like there's a little bit too much low end in the vocals. If it could sit down, if it could hide back into the beat a little bit better. The low end is making it stand a little bit, stomp on top of the beat a little bit to me. And that's probably one thing I would have changed. There was also a couple things in the beginning that I felt like his singing was just off a little bit and could have been tuned a little bit better. There's like a just off note somewhere in the beginning. There's a couple. It just doesn't feel as weak as later. It feels like maybe while they were recording, he got more comfortable and whatnot, and so later things sounded better than the earlier things. But it didn't really happen again. It was just kind of early on. There was a couple little notes. I've listened to the song a couple times actually. This isn't the first time I heard it. I have it on my my weekly featured artist playlist because I think it's a pretty dang good song. The only thing that I've been trying to listen to or think about when I've been listening to it is if I think it's catchy. There are times when little moments where I'm like, yeah, this is catchy, but overall I don't find myself predicting the melody that he's going to do to hum along with it, or there's not a solid, concise, simple, repetitive hook except for except a little bit of the cheat on you thing that to me doesn't make it quite as catchy as I felt like it could be. And then there was that little bridge in there where it was like a bandpass filtered effect where he repeated the same phrase twice. I like it a lot, but it felt like there needed to be more. It didn't really build. It felt like I have this idea, but the idea didn't feel completely fleshed out. So that was the weakest part in the production for me, which isn't saying much because even it wasn't really that bad. It just felt a little bit empty to me. It felt like it could have contrasted with the rest of the song better if more had gone on there. I saw that somebody mentioned that. Wow, you guys are going crazy in the comments here. Someone said that they thought. Someone said, I'm gonna send this to my next girlfriend. Lyrics are great. R&B type vibe. I'm gonna send this to my next girlfriend. I like the contrast between the ad-libs and the normal voice. I agree. The hook is I feel like Xander Two Wave, he said, I feel like it would be better coming from a female. And when I saw that, I thought about the rest of the song with that in mind, and I thought that it's actually a really cool idea if maybe half of the song, like there was a featured verse from a female from her perspective of wanting to cheat on her man, and then like having her actually do one of the hooks, like he does a hook and a verse, and then she does a hook and a verse, and then they both do the hook. I don't know. I feel like that there is a bit of a missed opportunity with having a female on here that could have been really cool. But regardless, it's still interesting. Um, Someone thought the doubling was too much, but the contrast and hook is meta. I don't know why meta, but uh, I don't feel like the doubling was too much because of the effects that was on the doubled. Um, about to cheat on, cheat on, cheat on you, earworm. That was the catchy part. The cheat on, cheat on, cheat on you part. That part was catchy, but there wasn't enough of the rest of the song that I didn't feel that I felt was catchy as that. Um, Milo, what are you doing? Milo, hey! He better not get into something. There you go. You got a bone? Good boy. All right. A whole conversation about what meta means. Da, 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 da. Cool. Yeah, man. Darnell, maybe do a remix. Maybe do a Cheat on You remix. Find a dope female singer, rapper type girl, and do a remix to it. That could be really cool. I encourage that idea. Okay. Anyway. That's enough. Not my mic. I wanted to take that away. All right. Let's keep it going here, guys.
Fast death shadows under breath, breaking hearts and bones, ending up like that blood is running cold. Stories will be told on the lonely road, prophecies unfold, always on the grind, always out of time, always out. A gold ass was on my mind, you coming for my throat. Murder was she wrote, a tragic love sign, name was on my note from the start. Say one heart, pull it back, reflow art, paint it black, keep up tack, reflow art, we attack, clear part, make a spark, make a splash, make a mark. Do the dash, bullets flash, as a start, then let's crash, 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 crash. I'm all alone, I'm breaking all my bones. This war inside, I can't stay alive. Two worlds collide, bringing pain to mind. The story is written, rules, I'll abide. Feeling I'm getting is all I know. Nothing but my pain will ever grow. Nothing but my mind is ever known. Nothing in my mind is ever known. And it's one for the shepherd, two those who seek, three for the devil in me who weeps. Lord, pray for me, I'm going on the journey. I don't know where I'll stop. So far down the road, I'm on my way home. I'll master the code. I walk alone, so far down the road. I'm on my way home. I'll master the code. Now I walk alone.
Alright, so when it first started off, the first thing that I noticed was that there was like a soundscape being created. Like there was an atmosphere a drone being introduced, and I was like, oh, this like sound design is gonna really interest me. And then it had these hi-hat rhythms coming in that were super interesting to me. The hi-hat rhythms were super dope to me. And then there was that like heavy saw pad that created this edgy rough drone that I was really digging. And then the vocals came in, and the vocal effects I love. The delivery on the vocals, not so much. It felt very rudimentary to me in terms of how they were delivered. It didn't flow into this soundscape that was being created. It was just like a dup a dup a dup dup a dup. But the vocal effects on it were awesome, and I felt like if he would have gone harder with the effects, he could have used the vocals more as an instrument and less like vocals, which I think would have helped it out a lot. Then there was like that part where like everything kind of fades away and it's just like the drums, but the drums are so like electronic and stock, and there's not a lot to them, that it felt very empty. It felt like uncomfortably empty, like why is there nothing here? And that threw me off. But then the drone, the saw kind of bass pad drone synth thing came back in and filled it back up. And I liked what was going on there. But then where things took a turn for the worst for me was the change up. I didn't like how it changed up, and I didn't like what it changed up to, because it didn't feel natural. It felt like we just switched to some other thing where it had this overpowering synthetic guitar that was like just mixed to just be right there on it, and that was weird to me. That took me out of the element, and like it felt like a total like key and mood change, so it was just kind of jarring, you know what I mean? But really the problem with the change up was the vocals there, because the vocal mix was just not good. It didn't sound like a mix at all. It just felt like simple, easy USB mic recording thrown on there, not really mixed at all. And then the tune things that were behind it, the like little hum things that were behind it, were about as good as I would do, meaning they would need tuned badly or actually sung, because they were not in key, and that was throwing me off. But I would say I do think that the first half has a lot of potential, because it creates this soundscape and it creates this eerie vibe, that droning vibe. And with those vocal effects, double down on those vocal effects and exaggerate them, and that will help the delivery that's kind of weak, and it will lend itself to being a more abstract kind of track that you've got going on. But I personally would take out the change up and find a different way to extend it if you want it to be longer. Bam. That's what I got for you. I guess I'll read what's going on here. Two different sides of Cloud. I'm not even sure if Cloud was the vocals on it or what. I'm not entirely sure. What Xander said, I feel like I walked into a shitty porn set. I don't know why. That's hilarious. I kind of like that it sounds homemade, though legit lo-fi vibes just need some real cleanup. I would agree. It's got this potential to be like this lo-fi abstract kind of sound, but it does need cleaned up in terms of mix and some of the production. Can we all snap these vocals and remember this when we play other actual Cloud song? What genre though? I wanted to almost scream the lyrics instead of being quiet. Turn me up. Remember this song, you're going to be confused later. I promise the change up will make sense shortly. The anticipation for later. Derek Bond, like what you about to. Alright, cool. Moving on.
psychedelic revival. It's vital for survival. Get stripped of all your titles, make piles, burn those Bibles. Take tryptamines instead now, that should clear up your head cloud. No more gray skies or heads down, just positive vibes get spread round. Carbon-based life existing, open your brain, start picking. Your frontal lobe is twitching, creatively it's inflicting. Imagination drifting, it's shifting and you're missing the information sticking. This shit has you cooked, you're crispy. The ego's gone, it's history. It took some shots but missed me. Was talking shit and dissed me. Doesn't like the fact that I'm tripping. Eventually I came to, and now I'm not the same dude. Triggered receptors, change views of how far the mind can take you. It shake you, earthquake you, create new bright and great hues. Help you slip off your slave shoes, it will wake you once you break through. Morning glory for breakfast, it leave you shocked and breathless. You'd prefer swilling methods, but fuck drinking, I'm not reckless.
We are not slack-jawed, dazed, glazed, unemployable, psychotic creeps. We are pillars of society. I'm stoned and I'm proud.
Psychedelic shit, psychedelic shit, psychedelic bitch, psychedelic shit, boy. Psychedelic shit, psychedelic shit, psychedelic bitch, psychedelic shit, boy. Psilocybin, LSD, ayahuasca, DMT. We get rowdy, wait and see. You should take some peyote. Psychedelic shit, psychedelic shit, psychedelic bitch, psychedelic shit, boy. Psychedelic shit, psychedelic shit, psychedelic bitch, psychedelic shit, boy. The giver's ability is famous. He saw in color and no grayness. Anything less got me feeling brainless. Manifesting words on these stages, decoding the frequencies language. Afraid that the end is not painless. There's even a way that you can change this, and all you really gotta take is 5 grams in silent darkness. Roll a bomber, then spark it. You start to feel lethargic. Now you're hanging with some Martians in starships. You're flying. Have to face it, no hiding. You think that you're dying. Entities start multiplying. Celebrating the day the culture's dying. Circling around them like vultures flying. The views in the news, they're falsifying. There are only benefits, no false or lying. I'm stoned and I'm proud, I'm holding it down. I'm rolling it loud and blowing it out. I'm smoking a pound and floating around. I'm hoping to count that token amount of cannabis. I've got grams of this, just in case you panic, bitch. Afraid they will serve you banishment if you ever trip, but you gotta handle it. DMT, an example of this. Take a couple of hits and sample the shit. Located in the brain, so gamble with it. It'll rip up the ego and trample it quick.
We are not slack-jawed, dazed, glazed, unemployable, psychotic creeps. We are pillars of society. I'm stoned and I'm proud.
Psychedelic shit, psychedelic shit, psychedelic bitch, psychedelic shit, boy. Psychedelic shit, psychedelic shit, psychedelic bitch, psychedelic shit, boy. Psilocybin, LSD, ayahuasca, DMT. We get rowdy, wait and see. You should take some peyote.
So first I gotta say that I'm not the target market for this song. I am not in the audience of this type of song. So I'm not gonna really talk about content. All I'm gonna talk about is the two things. Well, first of all, the beat and the effects that they did, like to keep the beat fresh and going, and the beat itself were all dope. The hook got catchy. I didn't love the hook, but it was a content thing because I don't relate to it. But it did start to get catchy, and by the end, I was like, I was kind of going with it. First of all, I'll go least important to most important in someone gives hashtag peyote gang. Sorry, that's hilarious. Anyway, the ad-libs to me are too similar to the main vocals in the mix, which makes them kind of clash more than add to it. I like to put a bandpass filter and adjust that and add a little bit more reverb and delay to my ad-libs to kind of give them a different texture and do something interesting to the main vocals rather than just being another flat vocal on top of it. Something to try out there. Also, the vocals were a bit too dry and loud compared to the beat. They were a bit overpowering. Eventually, as the song goes on, you kind of get used to it, but they were, again, like I mentioned earlier in the show, if they're too dry, it kind of helps for something like this where he's spitting a lot so you don't muddy it up, but it also just felt very dry in the mix and felt like could use a little bit extra to, I mean, at least a little bit of reverb to help it settle back in the beat a little bit, and then obviously the levels of making them match a little bit better. Otherwise, the vocal mix wasn't too bad. I mean, I feel like there were tweaks that I would have made, but I don't want to sit here and dissect it because it wasn't really that bad. But again, I said I was going least to most important, and from that's pretty important. The vocal mix, but even more so was his delivery. Now, don't get me wrong. It's well written. He has a lot of the rhythms down. Interesting content. He like he has a lot to say. It's a whole thing going on. Well written. Some wordplay, some this and that. But the delivery stopped me from really being too intrigued because it was, like Levi said, you could tell that he was just reading the lyrics. And Jay Luciano said, monotonish lyrics are well written, need better delivery. Sample is hard to talk about the beat. But yeah, it definitely felt like he was reading them. He didn't have character or dynamics or a difference in aggression or emotion or charisma. It was just very like, yeah, look at me, I can rap. And even then, if you're going to do that, you have to have some more interesting rhythms or multi-syllabic, I don't know, rhymes or whatever. I don't know. It just felt like the delivery was lacking in terms of really captivating the audience. And especially there were a couple times that felt like there were a couple hiccups in being right on the beat or in the pocket. But I mean, dude can write. Good beat choice. If he did the edits to the beat, that's cool too. Mix is almost there. Make the vocals fit in better. Make the ad-libs blend better, and it'd be right there. Let me look through these comments real quick. Yeah, I agreed. He said, I don't like it, not my style. That's how I felt. Someone said he's definitely high writing this. Yeah, probably. Lyrics are pretty nice. Delivery was monotone and robotics. Second part delivery was kind of nice. He did get a little bit better, but still not that different. Background sounds really blank, right? Talking about the ad-libs, I would think. I should have called the song Ayahuasca. Anyway, let's move on from there to this song. It's going to take me a minute to type this out, guys. This is a hard one.
This one's for Percy. Talk like, you want me to talk like what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm turning up on these ass. Yeah.
Ryan got hits, bitch.
Get up on my ass, wasn't being broke for life. Got 2 iPhones catching plays, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. Lil' mama thick as fuck, but she really ain't my type. I just wanna hit the night. Shawty wanna be my wife. Ain't no cuffin' price, but I hit it right. Mr. Get it right. Spend the night, oh no. Spend the night, girl, you can't spend the night. Higher than a kite, with no eye. Rip that till I die. Cap on 3, I slide with my guys. Jugging, moving pies. Watch on my wrist, I'ma let it gleam. That little thought on my flip, tryna get some green. I got that Glock on my hip, I'ma let it ring. That red dot on that bitch, yeah, it gotta be. Said fill my lungs with 93, born in 93. Got that bag that's guaranteed, love to count the cheese. That little thought want me to give, I'ma give her these. And my niggas TTG, aiming spray for breeze.
Yeah, they call me Percy and I'm all about that fuck shit. Beat a nigga ass, talking cash, if it's dumb, yeah. Lay down on the ground, bitch, show you how to hit a lick. Real at the trap, jugging packs while they cooking grits.
Well, I gotta say it's been a long day of trapping. A lot of shit that happened, ain't had time to get a nap in. Ran out of plastic bags, fuck it, use a napkin. Shotty in the cabinet, nigga, you don't want that action.
Tommy twins, bitch, me and Price came to get it in. All about that check and that guap, me my dividends. And I talk a lot, smoked a tree up off a Timberland. Pack came from heaven, swear to God, couldn't find the stem. RC ain't my twin, but swear to God, that's my fucking twin. Me and JR Slide, when we ride,
Suave got gummies. Hey, Suave got the Glocky, don't try to take it from me. Why the fuck you niggas shopping, you ain't got no money. Brian down 675 with the scale on me. Purse, if they get behind you, better not bail on me. If they touch my bro pipes, we put them shells on these. Many niggas lame as fuck, I bet they tell on me. I pull up to the club with the Glock of my choice. Should you want a feature? Well, I need that invoice. And these niggas talking slick, I bet I get his bitch moist. And I'm going up to 3 cause I ain't got no damn choice. I done told me a perk, now I'm rolling no Royce. Ran up on him, lay it down like his name is Lloyd. Man, I beat up the pot like my name is Floyd. And my pockets beefed up like they on the Royce.
So I can tell that some of you guys also noticed that this has a very Block Boy JB vibe to it. I'm going to say that Suave, I think he pronounced it himself, Suave, kind of stole the shine on that track for me because when he came in, he just came in with this swagger of just like so chill but so confident and just like, I don't know, there was something about his like low-key delivery that I felt his personality in it though, and I really liked it. I don't know why. I really connected with that. And I mean the mix on his vocals seemed better too. But overall, this is the thing. If you're a fan of Black Boy JB, you probably will kind of dig this. Me, I'm not a fan of Black Boy JB, not only in just his delivery and his style, but also with Black Boy JB's mix. Every time Look Alive with Drake comes on, I love Drake the whole time, and then Black Boy comes on, I'm like, get out of here, this sounds like garbage. I tried to listen to Black Boy's project, and I just couldn't, because it was like, how does all of your vocal mixing sound like absolute trash, and all of your features sound perfectly fine and nice? Like, it drives me nuts. And even then, I'm not a big fan of them. So with that said, it's hard for me to talk about this song with an unbiased idea because it sounds so much like Black Boy JB, but like a demo of Black Boy from before, because I don't like the mix, and I don't like, because like it would almost like the vocal mix at the beginning would have worked better if it had more reverb and delay on it, like kind of wetted it up. It was too dry with that much of an EQ cut to really sound that good to me. And then the ad-libs definitely felt like Black Boy, and I hate Black Boy JB's ad-libs because they're annoying. So this was similar to me where I'm like, there's too much ad-libs going on. And I think that's probably why I liked the feature Suave when he came on, because he was just chill and had a cleaner mix, and was just like, it was almost like, I liked him for the same reason that I've started to like 21 Savage. When 21 Savage first came out, I was like, this is so stupid and boring. This is not good. But the more I heard him on stuff, I was like, you know what? I kind of dig it. I kind of dig this like low, chill, monotone, like nearly talking rap thing, and I think Suave pulled it off here. I mean, I guess that's kind of my critique and review in terms of, I mentioned a few mixing things, and I don't know what else you would do differently. I mean, this isn't my type of song. I don't relate to what they're talking about, but it fits the narrative of what they're doing, so I mean, it works.
If we could switch brains, yeah. You see that I love you, baby, let me show you a few things, yeah. It's gonna blow your mind when you find out that you're my twin flame, yeah. We belong together, we go hand in hand like 2 trains, yeah. Baby, let's start a new thing, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, I
I love that you into me. Girl, I love your spirit, you the bomb, share your energy. Make me wanna beat it like a mic and you Tina T. Got these lyrics bleeding from my heart like I'm Cardi B. Baby, you know you got me upset. And I know when I leave, no, you be upset. Baby, let me show you a few things, yeah. If we could switch brains, yeah. You see that I love you. Baby, let me show you a few things, yeah. Hey. It's gonna blow your mind when you find out that you're my twin flame, yeah. We belong together, we go hand in hand like 2 trains, yeah. Baby, let's start a new thing, yeah. Yeah. Come inside, take a sip, tell it to my conscience. Soak up every bit of it, drink it till you're nauseous. Work it, baby, do the splits, dancing through my thoughts, yeah. Like damn, I got a boss, yeah. Oh, baby, don't you see just what you mean to me? Oh, baby, when you switch brains, yeah. You see that I love you. Baby, let me show you a few things, yeah. It's gonna blow your mind when you find out that you're my twin flame, yeah. We belong together, we go hand in hand like 2 trains, yeah. Baby, let's start a new thing, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Baby, let me show you a few things, yeah.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. The production of this track is damn near top notch, in terms of the instrumental itself, the structure of the song, the vocal melodies, the layering, the way that he uses his voice, and even the mix. It's a wonderful song. Well done, Britton Satcher. My only gripe is that high end, man. Your S's and T's are really just cutting out and slightly hurting the ears a little bit. A simple de-esser on a vocal bus or the vocal tracks themselves would go a long way. If not, you could do what essentially would be a de-esser and use multi-band compression and just compress the high end, which is exactly what a de-esser is. But if you wanted to make other adjustments, you could do that. Mainly 8K and above, maybe 4K. You would have to look at it. I'd have to look at it and see if it was a harmonic thing happening with there, but definitely you could. I mean, there's a couple ways to go about it. I personally prefer using a de-esser and or multi-band compression to cut down the sibilants and the S's and the T's, especially when they're this strong. You could EQ your high end down, but you're going to cut out a lot of information, which is why a de-esser or multi-band compression works so much better. But it'll definitely make that not as, it just like really bites. It just stings those S's and those T's. But besides that, flawless, man, flawless throughout. Everything else is perfect. So that's my only thing that was kicking me off about it. Oh, I have more than I thought. Okay, I have at least three more. We'll see what happens.
You can't see, yeah, the blind man leads. Now don't fall asleep, that's what demons see. Bow said I'm gonna make it now. Everybody reach out, smoking while I'm driving downtown. I'm running from black clouds, running from these black clouds, smoking while I'm driving downtown. I'm running from these black clouds. Black girl, wake up, do it over again. And she say she really love me, but we better as friends. And I don't know where I'm going, yeah, this could be the end. And I think I'm dying, this is where my story begins. Black girl, wake up, do it over again. And she say she really love me, but we better as friends. And I don't know where I'm going, yeah, this could be the end. You can't see, yeah, the blind man leads. Now don't fall asleep, that's what demons see. Bow said I'm gonna make it now. Everybody reach out, smoking while I'm driving downtown. Black clouds, running from these black clouds, smoking while I'm driving downtown. I'm running from these black clouds. I'm gone and I can't be found. If we was water, sip up on the tail, I drown. I'm going off lean, chronic, mix it with crown. Yeah, they catch the sticks, I'm trying to put them down. They got hollow tips, they trying to put me down. So I'm down in rounds like 50, they won't get me, let them hit me. Till then I just turn up to me. My team wrapped up just like Emmys. You're quick full of envy, they want in me. Let off shots until it's empty, understand it can't see. Yeah, the blind man leads, now don't fall asleep. That's what demons see. Bow said I'm gonna make it now. Everybody reach out, smoking while I'm driving downtown. I'm running from these black clouds, from these black clouds, while I'm driving downtown. I'm running from these black clouds.
Man, I gotta be honest, I think this is the probably my favorite song I've heard come from Vine. He has sent many songs in over the course of this show's running time for the past 10 months or so. He's sent a lot of songs in. I will agree, it definitely sounded like he slid off beat there at the end with that last chorus. It was interesting what he was trying to do there, but he did come off a little bit. But regardless, this song from Vine has the cleanest vibe to me. Before, his melodies were he was too monotone. The effects weren't quite there. But this one felt like, this feels like a Vine song, and this feels like a song I was falling into the melody, I was falling in to the mood and the vibe and the atmosphere being made. But with that said, there is still room to grow with this, mainly in terms of the mix. The vibe was there, his delivery, outside of him feeling a little bit off when he goes into that last chorus, everything else felt pretty solid. The mix, though, once the verses came in, the chorus, the hook was about right, and then when the verse came in, the level of vocal jumped up greatly, and it was definitely too overpowering. I probably could take, like I've said on a few of these tracks tonight, I probably would take off just a shade of the low end, but I'm afraid I might be saying that because the track overall was lacking a lot of low end. When the beat came in, I was expecting this big warm rumble of a bass to just fill me up, and it was just not there. It feels like everything below 80 or 90 hertz was just like not even really there. And then even then, from like 100 to 300 was still lacking, and there wasn't much in terms of body or low end or balls to really hold the song and beef it up and wrap you in the warm blanket that the vocals were trying to do. It almost sounds like this was mixed in headphones between the extreme panning of the vocals throughout, the effects going on, and the lack of low end. It definitely sounds like this was probably mixed in headphones. I wonder if I'm right. I would be awesome if I was right on that. I don't know, but that's what my question is. But yeah, I just really wanted more low end, more body in the overall mix, and a little less low end in the vocals, and a little less volume of the vocals in the verse. And I think it would have been like right where I wanted to. But yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. Definitely my favorite song I've heard from Vine. I definitely started to fall into the mood and the vibe and the hook of this. So shout out to him for that one. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm clipping. Mom, I'm clipping. Okay. Let's move on.
Go and tell him. So I heard the thing she said, don't play me. Don't act like you ain't that lonely. Go ahead and speak up so I can take you home. Ain't trying to wait all night long. These don't have to be a dream for you. Ever since I heard the news, I had a thing for you. Oh, you know how I feel, oh, I want you. You want something real with me. You don't gotta keep it low-key. Oh, you really wanna get with me, but it's all low-key. You're acting all strange like you don't feel the same, but I can see it in your face that you want me. Oh, you really wanna get with me, but it's all low-key. You're acting all strange like you don't feel the same, but I can see it in your face that you want me. What's going on, what's real? You're saying a lot, but nothing I can feel. We can skip the small talk, girl, I'm all that you want, girl, you're all that I want. Time for me to make my move, I'm getting hasty. Haven't had patience for us too much lately. Oh, you know how I feel, oh, I want you. You want something real with me. You don't gotta keep it low-key. Oh, you really wanna get with me, but it's all low-key. You're acting all strange like you don't feel the same, but I can see it in your face that you want me. Oh, you really wanna get with me, but it's all low-key. You're acting all strange like you don't feel the same, but I can see it in your face that you want me. Let me tell you. Let us just stop this act. I'll be the first to say it. Being with you is all I want. I remember that day when you said you wanted to show me things you couldn't say. If you want it, just get at me. Don't keep it low-key. It don't gotta be on the low. Oh, you really wanna get with me, but it's all low-key. You're acting all strange like you don't feel the same, but I can see it in your face that you want me. Oh, you really wanna get with me, but it's all low-key. You're acting all strange like you don't feel the same, but I can see it in your face that you want me. I can see it in your face, oh, I know that you feel the same. Oh, love is just a scary game when you are scared of being played. I can see it in your face, oh, I know that you feel the same, but love is just a scary game. You don't gotta be afraid of being played, no.
Sorry, I was not ready for the end. Dude, that beat is so groovy and funky, and the production is super cool. I like the structure of the song. I like the tone of his voice and how he uses it. I like his vocal delivery a lot. I do agree that the ending was a little bit abrupt and rough, and I wasn't really expecting it the way that it went out. But I mean, as a song, it's a really solid song. There were a few times where I think somebody else said this too, that it felt a bit chaotic. Like they said the hook felt a bit chaotic. I kind of agree. And it was something at the beginning. I was like, there's a lot going on and I don't know what's happening. And that's how I felt like at the beginning of the song. The mix feels nice in terms of the fact that everything is separated. Everything is where like it should be in its own spot. You know what I mean? Like the horns kind of clash with the vocals, but I'll get into that in a minute. But everything else was like in its own spot, not stepping on each other's toes. But with that said, overall the mix was throwing me off because the vocals have a lot in the mid-range. I'm talking 2 to 4K. Bam, just right there, just right ringing in my face. And that made me unable to really focus on anything else except for the bass. I was able to let that bass come through, but not in terms of like the bass, like the set, like not the low end, but just like the actual like bass guitar sound. That was super solid. And then like a lot of the high end stuff, although I felt like a lot of the high end stuff was a little bit too shimmery, too strong. It was very clear and not throwing off other things. There wasn't a whole lot down in the low end to really fill it up and kind of balance out so much mids and some of the extra stuff in the high, which made it uncomfortable for me. It almost felt like the opposite of what you want your overall curve to be. Let me see. You are backwards to me, right? That's the drums. So this is your left to your right. So you want something that, like, you want your overall curve to have a slightly downward slope where you have a little bit extra in the low end and it kind of goes down a little bit, but not at too much of a slope, right? But just a nice slight downward slope from the frequency. Because if you look at the Fletcher-Munson curve, which is how we hear sounds in terms of frequency and volume, and basically like to hear lower frequencies, they have to be higher for us to perceive them in relation to higher frequencies. So if your mix has a flat, like if you look at the frequency response of your whole mix and it's flat, that means when you hear it, it's gonna sound like there's more high end and high mids and that your bass is lacking, which is kind of what this sounds like. This sounds like that curve is not there, and then you have the vocals with a lot in the 2 to 4K range, which is making that overmask everything else. But like I said, the production is super solid. The production's there. The instrumentation is super dope. The groove is there. The vocal delivery is there. I just think that there's a few times when the production, the beat can be a little bit chaotic and confusing, and yeah. He's eating this bone. He loves this bone. All right, moving on.
I piss away all the cash flow, dripping I splash with a bad hoe. She told her friend I'm an asshole, she already knew that though. I roll the gas up, I like my blood on the gas stove. I set the cash up, all day in the trap getting packs off. I'm on the grind like it's hustle or die. I bring the heat like the month of July. I'm trying to eat like I'm hungry and high. Get her so wet she ain't never gonna dry. She saw my neck and the wrist, it was glistening. Started to talk to me, I wasn't listening. I was too busy just whipping the kitchen. Hoping my lawyer can go with that, or you can go with this. Got a bag around my neck, couple bands around my wrist. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. You can go with that, or you can go with this. Got a bag around my neck, couple bands around my wrist. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed.
Yeah, blue hundreds, big faces, big bang in the top drawer. Big blue, drink my lifestyle on the top floor. Coming down this way of life, I supply the world when I take flight. Trying to cool off the sights and scorch heat's my kryptonite. Loud back in my cigarette.
sad. Yellow diamonds got them pissed. You can go with that, or you can go with this. Got a bag around my neck, couple bands around my wrist. Blue faces got them sad. Yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad. Yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad. Yellow diamonds got them pissed. Couple bands around my wrist, couple bands around my neck. I'ma do what I gotta do. I'ma demand my respect. And if you go against that, then I'll be coming right at your neck. I've been living in the fast lane, driving in my fast car, smoking on these moon rocks. Boy, I'm about to blast off. They be so mad that I got these big faces stacked. They telling lies behind my back. What kind of shit is that? You can go with that, or you can go with this. Got a bag around my neck, couple bands around my wrist. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. You can go with that, or you can go with this. Got a bag around my neck, couple bands around my wrist. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. You can go with that, or you can go with this. Got a bag around my neck, couple bands around my wrist. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed. Blue faces got them sad, yellow diamonds got them pissed.
Oh, the ending was cut. Oh, I don't like that. The ending wasn't good. The ending just cut out. You don't want your ending to just cut off like that. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. I'll do that next. Oh, so yeah. Oh, I shouldn't do that. The vocals were really hot. They were really, really hot, but not like terribly bad, but still just too hot. They didn't feel clean. They just felt like naturally distorted by being too hot, recorded too hot, maybe too much compression going on, because the whole beat, the whole mix felt a bit compressed. And then the Mitch's verse, when that came on, his vocals felt really thin, and his mix seemed off and also pretty compressed. So my thing was like, although everything felt like there was just too much compression, it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't think it was a clean mix. I don't think it's that clean, but nothing was like killing me, you know? And that hook, I don't know. I dig the song. I don't know if it was on, I would vibe to it, but I can't come back to it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. The hook melody is stuck in my head, though. I'll give you that. That's about where I'm at on it. I don't know. I don't really have anything bad to say about it other than too much compression. I don't think the mix is that clean, but it's not. It sounds like to me the recording lent itself to the mix being that way, so there's not much you could really do to change it. So in that case, I mean, just leave it. I mean, it vibes. There's nothing really that stands out frequency-wise, or like the low end's there, the high end's not too sharp, the mids are controlled. Works for me, man. Works for me.
What's good, nigga?
I call her robust now. Back in could fuck, but I'm all in that slut now. My bitch with like Vivi, I call her robust now. Back in could fuck, but I'm all in that slut now. Nigga, I'm booted, don't know if I bust now. Hands on the green like I go up a touchdown. All these hoes geeky, that's just cause I'm up now. Bought an AR with it, can you get crushed now? 2 3 talk, there's no need for the fuss now. Planned on my life, but these niggas on bust now. Round and around and it goes. These niggas, they really be hoes. Slimy like snake, leave them nailed to the road. I just fuck the white that play with the nose. I fuck with all beauties, but that's in the snow. If she know too wavy, know anything goes. I just blew a brick on some shoes and some clothes. Right back from the back and I made for my shows. I back up the brick truck and drop up the O's. The fear's not the factor, I'm throwing them bows. My life is be looter, the highs and the lows. I get by not sober, my highs and my lows. The gas like sip Zannies, I'm throwing my O's. My stomach hurt, muddy dirt, need me commode. No stopping the drip, man, I feel like a mold. The jeans be distressed, pockets filled with the mold. Hollows cut off in the band. my neck to the gas in the Zanny. But only the bitch like I'm Randy. It's S on my tongue like it's candy. Booted with cousin the jammy. Two by the belt like a nigga be handy. Always with cheeks like a nigga be sandy. Fucking her bitch and she said that it dandy. Come in her mouth, there's no need for a plan B. Late with that bitch cause she say she can't stand me. Gave her the stick, now she move like a granny. Think there's a favorite that made me a Grammy. I make the food while she roll up the Grammys. Pump for part 2 cause I can't pull a hand me. She in the kitchen, no panties, just can me. Know I'm the GOAT, but she yelling out ram me. My bitch with like VV, I call her a bust down. That thing could fuck, but I'm all in that slut now. Nigga, I'm booted, don't know if I bust now. Hands on the green like I go up a touchdown. All these so geeky, that's just cause I'm bust now. Bought an AR with a can, you'll get crushed now. 2 to 3 talk, there's no need for the fuss now. Clamped on my life, but these niggas on bust now. Niggas on bust now. Niggas on bust now. My bitch with like VV, I call her a bust now. That thing could fuck, but I'm all in that slut now. Yeah.
Oh, I think I left the mic on that whole time. My bad. Hi, Milo. I mean, I fuck with it. I think only mixing thing, I think the ad-libs are a bit too loud and it sounds like, hey, I know, we'll go outside in a minute, dude. Hold on. I gotta end this shortly. I love the flow. I love the beat. I feel like I could have used a little bit more snare. I felt like the ad-libs were a little bit loud and like a little bit too much in the 2K. It sounds like there's a bandpass filter on it to get the highs and the lows. But then it may have been boosted around 2K. Could be wrong, but that's kind of what it sounded like. And I felt like they were just a little bit too loud. Every time they came in, they a little bit like startled me a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I dig it. I dig the song. It's got the right bounce to it. I like, although I don't think the vocal mix is like a clean, clear cut, highly produced, polished vocal mix. I feel like how it sounds fits with the style of the beat and the track, and it works, and I like it. I'm going to rush through it. I'm going to do 2 more. We're going to kind of move through them somewhat quickly because the dog needs to go outside, and I'm not taking a break. I'm just going to end the show here in a little bit. So let's keep it moving real quick with this next track.
What's happening, Wood?
What's happening, nigga?
Man, I heard y'all got them fire things out here, man. I'm looking for about an ounce, you heard me?
Man, look, check this out. I ain't got nothing but a half ounce right now, you heard me? But my people, Actress and them, they over there bagging up right now. So if you could hold out to them, you dig, I'll get you right. What's up?
Look, I heard y'all got some nice prices, too.
I mean, I get it to you for about $7.58. You can fuck with that?
All the time. Yeah, man, want you hold this year then?
Nah, man, keep your money. It's cool, you heard me?
All the time. Well, look, man.
What's that?
Word on the street, bitch-ass police, curly head now.
Yeah.
They hot on y'all, man.
Man, motherfuck that bitch curly head, you heard me?
All
fuck
the time. Well, look, I don't want to hang around there and get caught up in this shit.
Yeah.
So where you want me to lay at?
Man, look, just lay low, be cool in one of them cuss over there, you dig? And when my people get right, I'm gonna get you right. All the time.
Hey,
be cool.
I woke up to an old plate, bitch, I'm on the way. What I was making in a week, bitch, I'm making in a day. I don't care if it's for the 10, bitch, I'm on the way. I can't stand what I'm doing, but I gotta hit this plate. Hey, bitch, catch me up in traffic. See the pound with my eyes, then it's gone like it's magic. Hand 10 play, dropping dimes like I'm magic. Man, these niggas snitching, dropping dimes, man, it's tragic. Young nigga from the foe, yeah, we up them poles, yeah. You niggas, you some hoes, yeah, we throw them foes, yeah. QGB finna blow, yeah, so cuff your hoe, yeah. Young nigga from the O, yeah, throw up them foes, yeah. Got niggas from the Ville, huh, they known to kill, huh. Got niggas from the hill, huh, they known to drill, huh. My niggas popping pills, huh, they down to kill, huh. My hitters doing drills, huh, we doing drills, huh. Kick down your door, bitch, get down where the dog at. 4 niggas ain't straps, we ain't all black. He got butt, he got dope, we need all that. Got phones going crazy, we need all that. Now we gone on the road, bitch, we on the road. Bello said he got a play, bitch, we on the road. Police got us, took the weed, but then found a dope. Bitch, my chopper got a beam, Bello got the scope. Yeah, bitches 2 times, say it 2 times. Don't get shot 2 times, shoot it 2 times. I might slide on your bitch, fuck her 2 times. When I fuck, she said day, say it 2 times. I told y'all, yeah, I'm back on my shit, nigga. I was broke, but I'm back on my shit, nigga. Free J out that jam, I got real killers. Man, free my nigga Daryl, I got real hitters. Hey. hey, bitch, I ain't done in this bitch, man. 2 times. Hey. My neighbors see me here in plays. They like, damn, he got the block hot. Niggas try to rob me, get your top shot. Taking all body parts, this a chop shop. If she go, call them hoes, ain't no thot-thots. I swear to God, I love Perk, that's my big cousin. And RPZ, that's my big buzzin'. Yeah, I dropped the rap list, but it wasn't nothing. Bitch, I got a hit list, I'm trying to kill something. Grab the Alice, then I turned into a QP. Grab the happy, got it gone less than a week. Then I call my nigga up, I need a whole beat. If I get this pack gone, bitch, we gon' eat. AK, he tryna kill something. Bello got a short temper, tryna drill something. They never ride and y'all not, bitch, y'all big buffin'. These niggas cool with the cops, call them Mick Lovin'. Hey, bitch. Let me talk my shit, man. Hey. My shorty said she can't stand me, so I told her sit down. She said she Mr. Broke Me, I'm feeling like the shit now. Had a 380 riding around with them sticks now. Pulling up with choppers will make you put your shit down. Old heathen ass nigga, old thieving ass nigga. Always running to the feds, you old policing ass nigga. Always got some shit to say, you old preaching ass nigga. I see you pocket watching old scheming ass nigga. Yeah, I been a hot nigga, hitting all these plays, riding around with these Glocks, nigga. Don't let them wrong shit. Yeah, I get that from my pops, nigga. Always asking to hold something, won't hear hold these shots, nigga. Fuck you and your youngins, tell your wife suck my cock, nigga. Ignore the situation, so now I'm sending shots, nigga. Short you on that ounce, now you can't come to my block, nigga. Used to be my nigga, then you turned into a op, nigga. My own fam asking me, am I a real nigga? When them niggas robbed my brother, I was ready to kill niggas. Ignore the situation, damn, that's how you feel, nigga. Over Vega, it don't matter, on God, I kill niggas. Damn, shit real in the field. I swear that shit hurt, niggas fake you thought was real. Niggas turn against you, you don't know how that feel. Watching your kid cry, you don't know how that feel. When I was fucked up, only Velo had my back. When it was time to shoot, only Pops bust that strap. When it was time to hit, AK Wu had my back. QGB, ATB on my life, this real facts, nigga. Bitch, yeah, little ass nigga. On my life, this real facts, nigga. Ay, bitch, ay. I'm you little niggas, big homie. Riding around with all this shit on me. Yeah, 2 times in this motherfucker, man. Ay, bitch.
How can you not love this song? How can you not love this song? For real though, how can you not love this song? No shit, dude. No shit. At first, okay, let me take you let me take you through the situation of what happened. They came on and I was like, "Oh, this intro is some shit, man. This is a pretty damn good intro." And then it started to go on for a bit and I'm like, "Okay, man. This is starting to go on." And then he came in and the beat came in and I was like, I fuck with this. I dig his energy. He's not rapidy rapping. He's not trying to go crazy with bars. He's not trying to do crazy, rhyme schemes or delivery or rhythms. He's just rapping. He's just like getting it out there. And I love his energy and I love his persona. I love his character. I love what he brings to the table. And it just kept going on. And right when you think it's gonna like kind of be like, all right, I get the idea, he does that switch up. And I was totally fucking with that. And he kept the same energy going. And I fucked with it even harder. I love his wordplay. I love his little jokes. I love what he's doing. And then again, another switch up that was dope again. And it just went right on into it and kept going. And I love his energy. And I love at the end, he was just like, bitch. And I don't know. This is a song where like I wanna go drive around and throw this song on and just act ridiculous in my car. I mean, if we want to talk about mix, I mean, there's a little bit too much reverb on the vocals, but like I don't care. That song was so much fun. Holy shit, that song was so much fun. I was not expecting that song to go that well. And it was, dude, that song was 5 minutes and 40 seconds, and I'm not kidding. There was not a second where I was like, all right, turn this off. There was one moment at the beginning when I was like, this intro is a little bit long. But besides that, dude, he just went off and kept me going the whole time. And that's impressive to do that for almost 6 minutes. All right, guys, excuse me. All right, I got one more song, and then the dog is really begging me to take him out and also feed him. I haven't fed him dinner yet. So did I not download this? Oh, I did download this. Okay, cool. This next track, I'm very happy for you guys to hear it.
This one right here's for the team, but it's also for people going out making green. Don't matter if you supporting a dream, supporting your family, or if you just living fully for cream. Time to make shit happen. Got too many wants and many needs. Gotta get up and get it running, get ready. I'm trying to set up a piece. Anybody with me right now, I think really rock with me. But I know some gon' switch up who it is. I can't wait to see. We all know people change when the sum's up, cause everybody wanna come up. But some gotta learn that trust stuff ain't no plaything, and you can end up with none, bruh. I'm trying to make it to them fun. The one faces get stunned from. Come on. I'll probably buy a new fun bus, watching buns up, smiling thankful with my loved ones. So stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. Want bands right now. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. I want bands right now. Why don't you chill for a minute and really can focus on what I be doing whenever I step to the mic and some murdering niggas who wanna push me to the edge? I pledge to always rep my city, even through the gritty pain and tears that we shed. Love being in the Diana to fill my offensive with stamina. Still I manage to rip rounds faster than damage them. This is for my loved ones, a lot of it I don't plan to touch. I want this money coming constant 24/7 up. Won't be much resting, still I hit my best and I got enough cash to be making decisions investment wise. And of course still have my shit in accounts letting interest rise. Don't think I'm dumb, you broken bitter bitches better recognize. I wanna jump on the stage, happy cause I'm getting paid. Doing what I love every day, was taught to stay inside my lane and not everybody else way. Red carpet, nice tux, everybody alert. Man, Wolf done made it, I can't wait till the new album confirmed. If you ain't gang, then it's no question, nigga skirt. I want my music to shiver your nerves, because I'm showing them what I'm about, but so they must learn. If you ain't coming with real shit, then I'm afraid to say you will never earn. Give me the word and I'ma burn, I'ma heat it, spit it, come and run and return. Better watch out when I'm coming so crazy, you motherfuckers won't be ready for what you done heard. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. Want bands right now. 10 toes stand down, fuck a hand down. I'm gon' plan routes, I want bands out. I want bands right now.
You see how Milo stood up like he knew that was the last song and everything? First of all, shout out to my man Wolf, Kevin Tony right here in the comments for this track. He to me, in my opinion, in my book, is Indianapolis. He is Naptown's chopper. He is Naptown's most prolific chopper in terms of rapping the rap scene over there. I don't know anybody else over there that raps like him. With the way that he spits is extremely impressive, and I love it. And on top of that, he still writes great hooks, and he still has content. He still has well-written songs about something that's really saying something. He's not just rapping things because it rhymes and because it works and he can do fun stuff with it. He's actually saying stuff and still being a chopper about it and still coming up with a great hook. So, like he even said in the song, I'm just like all these other people anticipating his album or his project that he hopefully releases soon. Hey, sit. Don't you dare leave. I know what you do when you leave when you gotta pee. But to me, okay, the only thing that I would have liked to see Wolf do different in this song is there's that one part a little bit before 2 minutes in where there's like that little bridge part, and it's just like that sample kind of going back and forth throughout. There's a couple, it does that for a little bit, and it just felt empty. I felt like the momentum was fleeting right there. It would have been nice for him to do just something there, something to fill that in. That was the really only thing from Wolf. But for me, the recording sounds really clean. The recording sounds clean and nice, but the mix is what's throwing me off. There's a lot of low end in his vocals that's making him overpower the beat, on top of his vocals being a little bit too loud, I think. And then there's like not a whole lot of low end in the mix as a whole. I mean, outside of his vocals and the beat as a whole, it doesn't rumble with the amount of epicness that his voice demands. His voice is very epic and demanding and still clear and very very like assertive and very authoritative. He has a very authoritative voice and delivery, but the beat was lacking an authoritative, heavy-handed mix in terms of the low end. It was surprising that the high end was all pretty solid, except for that one part, I think at the end of the verse where it goes into the hook, and there's that, like, he does that distorted vocal thing, which is a super cool thing to do, especially going into the hook. But the distortion added a lot of high end in there that made it way overpowering. So to me, it's like a low end thing, and a low end in the bass, the low end of the vocals, and a little bit of leveling to bring it all together to make the song as powerful as it feels it should be. And then that one little part. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I did go longer than I expected to. But just keep in mind, this Friday, DeCasso has a song with OG Macko and Christian Taylor coming out. It's the Move remix, an all new, much better mix than I did the first time. I promise you that. And all new verses, a new verse from DeCasso, a verse from Christian Taylor, and a verse from OG Macko. It's sure to turn up. That comes on Friday. Look out for that. Also, Zachary Leone and DeCasso, I will be with them heading to Salt Lake City later this month. This Thursday, as long as everything is confirmed and goes through, me and DeCasso will be on 106.9 on Thursday morning for the Hip Hop Wake Up Show with Gigi De Niro in Dayton, Ohio. I think that's about it. As you can see, I'm wearing the nice Panda Gang hat. We've got new merch, new bundles in that we will be making available on the store here soon. If you want a mix and master from yours truly, hit up the website or ask me directly in Facebook Messenger. Also, I still have custom EPKs. I'm finishing up one right now, probably after this show for someone. If you want to get a custom EPK, if you want to know more about a custom EPK or what an EPK even is, hit me up and I'd love to explain it to you. Anyways, thank you guys for your attention. Thank you for your time and your space. I love you. I hope you had a good time. Remember, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Peace. Where's my